Hey everyone, Froe here, and welcome back to our Let's Play world. Hope you guys are doing well. To start us off, we're going to collect some wool from our little wool farm over here, because we need to craft some banners. I don't check this area out very often. Like, it's okay, it's just kind of generically made, right? Then up there we have a monument for our legendary Elytra that we lost many years ago. But yeah, this is just one of those quiet little farms we have running in our world. I don't come check on it very often, but when I do, there's wool here, so it's working. And we're going to plop those into our cartography bin. And actually, let's see. I'm starting to try to use bundles for stuff, so I found out they're good for storing compasses, like for lodestones. So we're going to do an overworld one too, like we did for the Nether. And they're good for storing maps. So here we have like all of our end adventures. And then here we have just some generic bundles for generic map making. We're going to plop some of these banners inside of there. Oh, that's pretty full already. I think the problem is banners only stack to 16, so they take up a lot more bundle space. But yeah, we're going to go on an adventure doing some mining. You may recall that we started putting diamonds into here. Not there, but right here. And then it goes through the system, right? And if we get lucky, then all the lights will turn on. And that's when we get to finally fight the end dragon. So we just got to keep chucking diamonds in here. So far, we've done 47 of them, which is pretty much most of our diamond supplies. So we need to do some mining. Looking at our world map, I was kind of thinking we check out this area. I think this is all new terrain here. I think it'd be most fun to go caving and diamond mining in that area. All right, I'm just trying to orientate myself here. So I think that's north, and we need to go southeast. So that's going to be that way. So we're going to just, let's start by creating a map here. And I really like mapping these adventures out because they make great decorations later on when you want to go place them in the world. We did that with our sulfur caves not too long ago, and it turned out great. And then I think this is all new terrain right here, which is going to be fun to explore. And I haven't done a whole lot of caving since they've done the overhaul on the underground part of the world, like the new cave systems and the new biomes underground and everything. So pretty excited for this adventure here. Is that a sunken ship floating up there? That's kind of funny. I wonder, let's check it out. Let's just see what kind of loot we might have in here. A map! A buried treasure map. Take that paper. And we'll take the map too, just for funsies. Ooh, and a beehive. Let's claim that. And there we go. That looks like a great place for us to set up. We'll just check this area out. Oh yeah. Okay. This is a pretty cool spot. He's got full leather. We one-hit him? Yep. Alright, let's get caving. My first goal is just to collect as many diamonds as we can as possible. Again, it's been years since I've really needed to mine diamonds, so that little end battle decider tradition idea thing we have, I think it's kind of a cool one. It gives us a reason to come mining here. Wow, holy cannoli. Okay, let's put a marker here. Mark that on our map so that we can always remember where to find it if we wanted to in the future. Oh, that's kind of lucky. Jeez, do you hear them all? What is going on? Oh, diamond. What is going on over there? I thought diamonds only spawned in exposed air now. Or like adjacent to exposed air. Interesting. But I want to know what's going on with all these zombies, man. You hear them all? Still haven't found those zombies, but I found more diamonds. Here we go. Here we go. Now I think yep. I think this is where all the zombies were. Crazy. That took forever to find them. Cool, well that was a fun little caving adventure. We found some geodes, we found some deep dark biomes, and we got a pretty cool map of the area. And I think I got about a stack and 15 or 16 diamond ore that we can mine. And we got bounty, which gives us fortune 4. So we're going to use that to try to maximize the number of diamonds we get from this little mining expedition here. Technically, I think I should have a rabbit's foot on too to increase my luck. I think that helps increase your chances of getting more diamonds too, but whatever, we'll just go with it. All right, 3 stacks and 17. That's a pretty good haul. Yeah, I'm thinking we chuck maybe 1 stack of diamonds into here. See if we get to fight the end dragon or not. Right, we got 47 in there. Let's really just pump up the numbers. I don't have a good reason for why we're doing this other than it's fun and it kind of delays our eventual end fight here. But yeah, we got another stack entered and we didn't end up making it, so I guess we'll have to try again next episode or maybe later this one, I'm not sure. Another thing I wanted to point out is we got this kind of half-built dragon statue. Right? Once we actually fight the dragon and defeat it, then I would like to come back and polish this up and make it a fully beautiful statue, right? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, let's move on to the next part of the episode. I wanted to show off, we are organizing all of our maps. And so we're going to have our caving adventure for diamonds here. I'm actually going to come pick these ones up quick and plop them into the bundles. Man, these bundles are a great addition for this type of use. Like storing the maps, that's huge. It saves so much storage room space. And I also found the maps of our end adventures. I thought these were lost forever, but no, we have them. So that's kind of cool. We'll be able to use those for decorations. And I also spent some time finishing up our mooshroom temple here. I built that mini mooshroom statue on the inside. And let me tell you, it really adds a lot of atmosphere to the build. So you guys ready for it? The great reveal. Here it is. Aha. Yeah, I think, it adds a little life and character to the build. It fills up a lot of the space. Because we have fire spread disabled, we can just have fires burning here forever, which I think is a cool detail. And yeah, overall, I like the mooshroom build. I added some mooshroom heads too and some golden dandelions because I thought that was a cool idea. And we kind of filled in the dead space here, so we have just like a tall grass field. Still got to build a shepherd statue there. And this little area is where we're going to store some of the diverse mobs, right? Like the different skinned pigs and cows and stuff like that as part of Operation Pokemon. And I also wanted to just breed some of these cows together, some of these mooshrooms, and then give the baby the golden dandelion so that we have some permanently young cows here too. I think that might just be a cool little detail. Bloop. And lastly, I've gone through and built an auto brewer here. I did follow a tutorial. I'm a little guilty about it, but I've designed my own auto brewers before on this world, and they always kind of turned into a mess, so I just kind of cheated a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much all you do. You can just take as many out of here as you want, and I think it will auto-fill back up. So that's kind of a cool system. Now that we have the redstone components done, we could probably build this tower. I even have a path to it already, so that's pretty cool. This one's pretty much ready to go. I think I need to copy this auto brewing system over here for our turtle tower. Because I want this tower to not only be a place to breed turtles and get the scoots, but also to make those turtle master potions. Once we get the turtle tower and the illusioner tower done, then I would say this whole part of the island is done. And probably just need some more minor decorations as well. But honestly, it's really come together well. And I think once we finish it, it'll probably be a good opportunity to remap the entire island once again. Right? Like, for example, we have a map over here that's super old at this point. I don't want to touch it in case I accidentally fill in the map again. Right, but this is obviously a very old version of the map. Part of the island we're working on is right there. So you can actually see that mooshroom preserved area that we have, which is kind of cool. And then here we have a much more updated version of the map. I think this one's from just over a year ago. But there you can see the mooshroom preserved area still, right? And then all of this would be filled in. And so I think it's worth updating the map once again. Just had a random thought. Do potions stack inside of a bundle? Can you put multiple of these inside of there? No, you can't. I kind of didn't think you could, but I feel like that's a missed opportunity. And away we go! We're going to work on the illusioner tower. I'm hoping to use, we want to try like blue colors. We got some oxidized copper that we've mined out from the trial chambers. We got tough blocks and then a couple hues of blue. I want to just kind of experiment. Oh, where are we? We're stuck. I just kind of want to play around with it. I want the tower to feel magical and kind of cool at the same time. We need to make sure that we plan ahead so that we have space to hold the illusioner. Right? It's that guy down there that we want to capture. That's going to be a whole adventure of itself. Somehow bring him over here, but probably on the second floor we'll have him housed so that potentially we don't get blinded every time we come to the tower. All right, bit of a progress update. Originally, we were going to try to do like cyan concrete and then light blue concrete. But I'm thinking maybe we include some polished tuff as well, kind of as the bottom block. And then we could have cyan on top of this. I think those blocks go pretty well together. And then either blue concrete on top of that looks pretty good, or maybe in one block as well, so we have a little depth added to the build. Maybe something like that. This is about the size of the build, so we're doing something a little different. Normally we do odd widths. It makes it a lot easier to build, but we're going to go even because this thing is even, and oop, kind of just have it in the center of the tower, which I think is fine. And then we'll have probably like a 2x2 pad for the illusioner to stand on. Yeah, the initial planning stages of a build is always challenging. The Roman temple one, super easy to build, right? Like those are pretty formulaic. Towers like this, I'm starting to develop kind of like a strategy for how to tackle them. But making the choices still takes a while. Like, do we do light blue concrete or do we do cyan? I think these look better together, right? This is a little bit darker tone. But this contrast looks nice, and the brightness, I think, is kind of necessary too. So, I don't know. You know, that's the thing. It's tough. And you don't want to build too much of it and then decide later on, like, actually, I want to try light blue because it's a pain in the butt to update everything. Cool, cool. Here we are the next day. I spent... Oh, that's not going to work. I spent all evening yesterday working on the tower, and I gotta say, I think it turned out pretty well. Right, let's take a little glance at it here. Wacha! Yep, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm still a little uncertain about the roof. Like, the shape just seems a little goofy to me, but whatever. We'll keep it for now, and we can always change it in the future, right? And we did go with that cyan and light blue concrete color scheme, and I managed to fit in a little lapis too, which I think looks really good. And then something we don't use a whole lot in our build is dark oak. So we have some of that sprinkled in. Yeah, I was going for kind of like a magical wizards type tower thing because we're going to have a wizard up top. So it kind of makes sense to me, right? Obviously, we still need to get the wizard up there, but that'll be our next challenge. For now, let's take a look at the inside. I think it turned out pretty great overall. Yeah, it's a basic build. It doesn't need to be super crazy or anything. We have, some plant decorations. We have our caving map, which I think turned out really well. And the shelf blocks are a great addition to the game because they do an awesome job of kind of framing out maps like this. And we could probably put some stuff on the table here, but again, it's a pretty basic build. I don't know how often we're going to be coming here to pull out potions of invisibility. We got an endermite head here because we were making some ender porters. And so this is how you get to the top of the tower. Make sure you drop an ender pearl. And top of the tower, nothing crazy. We have a yellow window because that's where the sun rises. And then I was going to do one for the sunset too, but decided to make a balcony instead. And I think that's pretty cool. And you got a pretty awesome ocean view. Right, and then this is where we're going to put the illusioner eventually here. And yeah, nothing really special up here. Maybe in the future we'll come in and add barrels and we could store potions here or something similar. And then press the button to get back down. So yeah, not a super crazy build, right? But again, it's really only main purpose is the potion brewing, so it doesn't need to be too crazy. Next up, we're going to try to get this guy into the tower. I've already been down here and, this is going to be a pain. We're going to get blindness again. It's kind of a pain. Actually, let's get some milk. Whoa. Way overshot that. All right. let's see here. We'll just get a couple buckets of milk. Yeah, now I'm blinded. There we go. I guess I could have brought some potions too, but I think... Can I just pull him out here like this? Nope. Okay, he gets out of the boat. Now he's to the surface. That could be a problem. So the boat doesn't rise. I was hoping it would float up so that I could just make like a water column. I guess maybe the backup option is to do minecarts. What do you think? You want to go for a minecart ride? Oh, that's weird. See what's doing to my screen? Oh, whoa. Is that because of the boat? It like jitter jatters my screen like that. Huh. Alright, I put this together. I'm thinking it's all we'll need. I think we can just break the boat and somehow try to get him over to here. Can we get you into the cart? I think you're in the water there. Do I have to move the cart? I think I have to be moved. Oh, I think he's in. I think he's in. Okay. Oh, this is going so well so far. Oh, there he goes. Did he make it in? Looks like it. There you are. There you are, Mr. Illusioner. Here, I'll even free you from that. Your shackles there, your cart. Did you enjoy your little ride? Cool, cool. We got him. That wasn't too bad. I thought that would be way more challenging. So yeah, the next question is he going to turn us blind even if he can't see us? So let's just zip on up there and see kind of what happens. Well, so far so good. We're not blinded yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have visibility to me, so they're not trying to blind us. So that's perfect. That works out really well. Looks like he's trying to look out at the ocean. Yep, yep. I'm sure you miss your freedom there. But this is a good tower. You'll be happy here. Look. Look at the ceiling. It's huge. It's way up there. You got acoustics in this room. Right? The echo, 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 echo. And yeah, so cool. We got the tower done. This was actually not too bad of a build. Definitely out of my comfort. Whoop. I think there might be 2 ender pearls in there now. I'm not sure. Out of my comfort zone because I tried to use the stained terracotta, which was fun. There's a lot of tools online you can use to help you make patterns with that. I picked a pretty basic one, so it wasn't like really needed to use the tool. But if you ever wanted to do more complex patterns, look it up online. There's some guides. And I think it's pretty great that we saved the illusioner in our world, or put a place for him. Right? We have a space for these guys too. These were all part of the same data pack at one point. That RPG one we started the world with many years ago. Too bad it's no longer being updated. Yeah, you know, we're trying to preserve as much as we can of the history of the world, and so that's just one more piece to it. To finish off today's episode, let's just update our to-do list here. So we can take off the Illusioner Tower, which has only been on there for 1 episode, and we'll add it to our book here. Illusioner Tower, episode 82. And now when we look at the to-do list, there's the Turtle Tower, but I'm kind of disinterested in building that at the moment, to be honest. But we need to get there soon so we can finish off that corner of the world. Now, I have been working on the Emerald ATM machine, and I've been building the mouse farm building itself, not the redstone stuff, but the actual building. Like I said, the Turtle Tower, we need to get there. We've built a lot of towers recently, so the interest is waning. The Arch of Victory we can't build until after we defeat the End Dragon. I was thinking, you know, we should just quickly redo the Elytra Monument Tower. I'm not sure if I would redo the entire thing or just the base. And it's definitely, like, the top of the tower is prettier than the bottom here. But overall, they're definitely, like, the whole thing is not the greatest example of a build in our world. But, you know, let me know what you think. Should we redo the whole thing or just the bottom? The bottom for sure needs to be revamped. What about the top? And with that said, I wanted to say thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. Until next episode, bye-bye.